the sentence that the judge gives. Some sit in the cells with their books. They use the time to feed their minds, don't care about the dirty looks. Yo, I take for what it took to be a crook. Push your head, yo, I'll never...
Hey, it's your host with the most, the man who doesn't like to boast. And I'm also from the East Coast. It's the BBB, Jason Rumble here on a special Monday night edition of Inside the Gorilla Position. No fancy stream thing going across, just straight up nitty-gritty talking action. And I will bring my panel in just a second. Tonight, I just want to talk about WWE SummerSlam and your thoughts. I don't care about if you thought the card was good or anything like that. We're here to talk Ric Flair's last match. Okay? So if you have anything out there to say about Ric Flair and his last match, I hope you're tuning in. And let's get this party started. The APOC himself. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, you're kicking off tonight with the little Monday Night Raw action to see what could come after what could be deemed a pretty decent SummerSlam.
Decent. It's best
Yeah.
it's the best pay-per-view they had since WrestleMania.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you can say that. I wasn't really all that enthralled or into the, let's just say, the Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan match. Wasn't all that.
No, well, it never is because it's Ronda Rousey. And she's going on vacation or whatever she's doing. That's why they turned her heel. She's going away for a little while. And you're frozen.
Mr. AJP himself, Adam Jack Pelly. We know you'll wrestle for food. How's things, buddy? How was your weekend?
Excellent. We saw some great bands from Canada. My buddy Devin Chittick. We saw him. I don't know if you ever heard of Tom Cochran. Does that ring a bell?
Nope.
No.
You don't know who Tom Cochran is?
No.
Do you, Mike?
Yeah, I know who it is.
Glass Tiger? You ever heard of Glass Tiger?
I think so, once or twice.
You're such an idiot. You really are. You're an idiot.
We're here to talk about Steph Curry.
We're not talking about Steph Curry. This ain't talking from the cheap seats. We're talking wrestling.
We're talking about shaving that hair of yours. That's what we're going to do.
So I'll start off like I usually do.
Nobody asked you to start off.
I agree with Mike. The stream we had wasn't great. We caught most of it, but I thought it was a great pay-per-view.
Yep.
I thought it was, yeah.
I'm not saying it wasn't a great pay-per-view. I thought, the way things went, it was good. Real good, you know what I mean? You got some people some people really shitting on the ring though, with the at the end of the match for Brock Lesnar. I thought it was awesome how it came out. It was better than Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out with the Zamboni, better than him coming out with the milk truck filled with milk, or filled with beer. Like,
right, I feel kind of bad for the guys that were close to the entrance that paid $1,000 for the seats. They couldn't see the finish.
That's why they had big giant TV screens around it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Which way did it go, George?
I feel bad for the people way back. And can I tell you something? After 10 rows anyways, you should feel bad for people. How good are those seats actually? You know what I mean?
Listen, let's call it what it is. This is a brand new WWE. I haven't been this in tuned to WWE in a very long time.
Well, tonight Becky's starting off in the ring, and this is for the time being, we'll do a little talk along if we're watching. This is the first
I'm
time
watching, yeah.
So Becky's out there with the arm. Becky's out there in an arm sling, really selling this arm gimmick with Bianca Belair.
But you could tell Triple H is taking over when you saw and Mike even posted it on the gorilla position at the Io Shirai and Dakota Kai.
Io Shirai was all but gone. She had perfectly flat out said she doesn't want to work for Vince anymore. And as soon as Triple H took over, who does he bring back right off the rip is Dakota Kai, which never should have been released. She should have been brought up with Gonzalez.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But she's not 6 foot something, and you know what I mean. Dakota Kai is probably one of the better workers in the women's division right now, in my opinion.
I've watched Dakota work. She's a great worker. I'm looking really forward to what will be coming on. But we're here.
Supposedly the first hour of Raw is commercial free.
So I believe what did SummerSlam kicked off with?
Kicked off with Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair.
Let's
Yep.
hope Bailey's return.
What did you guys think of that match? And right now, the repercussions of it right now is.
I thought it was a great match.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it. I was late getting our spring.
You could tell from opening bell that it was wrestling. It wasn't.
You can do Bailey's return.
Can I shave his head?
Nope.
Damn it! You could tell it was a different style. It had, honestly, SummerSlam had the NXT takeover vibe.
Yeah.
The crowd was hot. The wrestling was on point. They're letting the workers work. They're even letting the commentators commentate.
I was about to say that was probably one of the best commentating deals I've been on. I've heard it a long, long time.
Let me put it to you this way.
Let Mike finish, Pelly. Let Mike finish. You got your volume on over there?
If AEW wasn't scared, they should be. Because Triple H ain't playing fucking games. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Well, Triple H is in tune to what the wrestling fan wants.
Exactly. So if AEW thought they were, close to being a competition, they're not anymore. Triple H is going to knock it out of the park. Knock it right out of the park. And Heyman is now in charge of SmackDown. Continue, Pelly.
All right, Pelly. Now go.
There's no way AEW, and it will never will, I don't think ever will fill a 50,000 seat stadium for a professional wrestling show. That will never happen. That's why AEW will never be competition WWE, because they've promoted that global brand. They've become that global entity, and I don't think AEW, they're not even on the same level, and they never will be. That's just my opinion.
Well, AEW had a chance, but now that Triple H is back, you're going to see a lot of these guys going back to WWE.
If you notice, Sideshow Bob was on Busted Open Radio, and he immediately dropped that Adam Cole's not going anywhere. He's not got a 5-year deal, and so was in Aleister Black. Are you scared a little? Scared much? Because guess what? Miro's only got a year left in his contract, and I can guarantee you right now he'll definitely go back to WWE. And so won't Moxley now that Triple H is in charge.
Yep.
So
I'm not even there. I'm glad for the people that are there.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, Keith Lee came out and said that if Triple H was in charge 2 years ago, he never would have left WWE.
Yeah. Are you seeing that thing that I put up about the where they would be right now? Where they would be right now if Triple H was in charge, and you had the Keith Lees and the Adam Coles or the Undisputed Era, and you had all that cool stuff up there. That definitely, But I think what they have right now is no, you know what I mean. I really want to see like the male model thing. I liked that promo that they had last night on SummerSlam.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't really. Hopefully it will grow on me. Right now, I think it's dumb. But
Max
whatever.
Dupree, I thought it. I'll be honest, I thought it was pretty good.
yeah. Triple H brought him right back after Vince left. One of the first things he did.
So you got Bailey almost breaking the other arm. Shirai, hey, it's about time they got a woman's faction. I like this.
And look at lo and behold, we're going backstage on NXT. Like it was just like NXT.
Yeah. It's been very good. So let's get to another match here and go over it from the SummerSlam 22, since it is an official show that is dedicated to SummerSlam 2022, and your thoughts and opinions will all weigh in on Ric Flair's last match. That'll take part at the end. Last night, Logan Paul versus The Miz.
I'm impressed.
Okay.
Yeah, so much. It's like he's been there for years. It's like he's been working for years.
Yeah.
And he's and anybody who's saying that he's just a part timer, he actually signed a full time contract with WWE.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't mean to knock him at all, and I told Chittick this, and he didn't really disagree with me. He could have been a bit slower, I thought.
Yes. But that's his second match. Yeah.
Yeah, that's everybody.
I don't mean to knock him.
So to put that better, I would say for him to stand out and had him looked like a veteran. To the regular wrestling fan, they thought that match was awesome, dude. You only say that in your brain because you have a trained eye. You're in the ring. You know what going too fast looks like compared to compared to taking your time and not making it look rushed. That makes any sense.
It does. I'm kind of like all over the place because I have to go to bed in like 45 minutes. I have to be up at 3 tomorrow morning. But all the Triple H guys, like Tampa, get ready for a big push.
I don't like the 6-man they're doing when they get back. Why all of a sudden is Dolph Ziggler?
Triple threat matches.
All right. I was trying to pay attention to this, and then I seen the split screen with the 6 guys, and I just thought it was a 6-man. My bad.
If Mike is going to get the big push, how soon do we see Johnny Gargano on the main card?
How soon do we see the Fiend back?
All right, so let's bring up Johnny Gargano before I give my opinion on the Miz match last night. You guys do know that Johnny Gargano was on Impact Television.
Did not sign, did it for a favor.
I understand that. You stole my punchline. It's like having a great joke and you're the other comedian.
With them glasses are comedian. Where the hell did you get those? Coke bottles are us? Jesus Christ.
They ain't Coke bottles.
You look your age, you old fart.
Good, thank you.
I don't.
It's all right. I don't mind showing the gray beard. There's no gray in the hair. Jimmy Fingers would kill for this head of hair.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, if I grow my hair out, all the sides are gray.
I have a little in the sides, not on the top. So
sorry, I didn't mean to rain in your parade, but like I said, I'm all over the place right now.
So my whole thing here with the Miz Logan Paul, you're absolutely right, Pelly. I'm gonna go one up with you. There was a certain time where the clothesline bump / elbow and bump was very sloppy. His clothesline looked like it took the Miz's head completely off the way it was. And then he followed it up with a sloppy, crowded back elbow. Other than that, to work
that splash to the table was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that.
To work the way he did in front of as many people as he did was tremendous. Other than looking a little rushed and just a sloppy speed exchange with the line elbow, other than that, I'm not going to pick anything else up about it.
Jay, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this right now? What they're doing on Raw?
Yeah, they're having a dedication to the United States Championship. And what are you thinking about that right there? Give us your 2 cents.
I think that Walter would be proud right now. That's what I think, because he went old school, Dusty Rhodes, uh, Ricky Dragon, Steamboat, Flair,
Harley Race.
all the people who've held the U.S. title.
Yeah.
That right there, Vince would never do that.
Yeah.
Vince got away from professional wrestling when he changed the name to WWE.
Do you think that you'll start to hear the word wrestling again?
Yes, and how about this one? They just released a statement. I don't know how true it is, but this is what I read, that they are no longer picking collegiate athletes out of. Because
I read that article. I read that article.
I guess the SummerSlam tryouts were a disaster.
Yes.
And they're going back to indie wrestlers.
Independent wrestlers, yep.
Because they were just lost on not knowing where to be, and
too many concussions, too many injuries, and look for NXT to go back to the black and gold in the near future.
I said that a while ago. I said that months ago. They should have.
Paul Heyman is the lead writer on SmackDown, and Triple H is taking care of Raw and NXT. This is going to be this is a good time to be a wrestling fan.
So it's not Shawn Michaels. Triple H is there.
He's still going to be like Triple H is going to be doing whatever he's got to do, but Shawn Michaels will probably be his right hand man. You know that.
Yeah.
And
all right. So we get. What's that?
Michael Cole even said the word, and it hasn't been said in a long time on WWE television. He said during SummerSlam, wrestling fan.
Yeah, he also called the move what it was supposed to be called too, and didn't call it something else. I forgot what the finish was.
Yeah,
it was a finisher, and he called it by the right thing. I'm like, oh, they're actually letting him commentate. And don't be surprised if you don't see Corey Graves versus Pat McAfee at either Survivor Series or the Castle gimmick.
Really?
I want to see Pat McAfee Friday night. If they let his mouth loose, it's going to be awesome.
Did you not see how he got in Corey Graves' face?
Yes.
They're planting the seeds for that.
It's because Corey Graves is medically cleared.
Yeah, for months, and he wants to get back.
Yeah, but you'd want to know the thing is I know why they're telling him there's no need to rush because look at the age of these guys that are still performing, and not for nothing. Other than Pat McAfee, you're looking at the second best announcer in the WWE.
Oh, absolutely.
If Corey Graves goes, that's like getting Bobby the Brain Heenan. You know, I'm sorry, but his wit is Bobby Heenan-esque.
Yeah.
Michael Cole is the best in a long time on SummerSlam.
Yep.
Because they let him actually announce and not listen to Vince in his ear.
Yeah, there's no Vince in the ear. So let's talk about this United States Championship match. Lashley versus Theory. Go, Pelly. Let Pelly go first, so this way don't cut you off.
If he does it again, I'm driving up to Canada and smacking him.
I'm glad they didn't put the belt back on Theory because his focus should be that Money in the Bank, and they showed that focus at the end of the night, bringing him down in the main event. But I thought it was great. Bobby Lashley established his size. Theory played a great heel. I thought it was a great match.
Go ahead, Jay.
All right, Mike.
Well, go ahead, Jay. Well, all right. So
go.
I don't think I think if Vince was still in charge, Theory would have cashed in on Sunday. That's why I personally believe that. I don't think Theory's ready.
Neither do I.
All right, cool, man.
I think Theory ends up being one of the not many who have lost.
Yeah.
With Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I thought the match was pretty good. I thought it told a good story. Basically, how the big guy the little guy dodges, and you just like the flea on the nutsack of the proverbial big basset hound. You know what I mean? On a hot summer's day.
Right.
So yeah, I thought it told a good story. Myself is I think Story has Austin Theory has the look. I just don't think it's his time.
Nope.
I think there's other people that are well ahead of him that would deservedly get another go around. Like Edge has been promised a WWE title shot down, title reign down the line. So I mean, I just something's gonna have to give. So we got Judgment Day versus the Mysterios, and
I thought it was a decent match.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have liked to see like a faction come up with Edge, like just not him, like maybe like
It's coming.
The Fiend and Gangrel or something come up with
It's
him.
coming. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming.
That would have been cool.
I thought the Fiend was coming out when that happened.
Well, if you listen, that's a different Brood's music. If you really listen to it, Bray Wyatt's laugh is in that. I played it like 4 fucking times, and it is Bray Wyatt's laugh is in the background.
How long is Christian signed in AEW for?
Another 2 years.
Oh. I would have said maybe Christian comes back along with we've all been saying when we've all been talking about the return of quite possibly Gangrel, but
I think it's going to be either going to be Karrion Kross or Big Cass and the Fiend, or Beth Phoenix and Karrion Kross.
The Karrion Kross idea, I like that.
I like Karrion Kross coming back, but he's got to come back with Scarlett.
Well, that's definitely.
You got to give him that same presence, that same aura he had in NXT. You got to have that.
Yep.
If they make him a face with Edge, you can't. It'll be a little bit different.
Yeah. Will he come back with the hair that he so proudly promotes?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why shouldn't he? He's different now. Different era, different. The whole thing's different. Like all the stuff I was reading online, that anything that had to do with Vince McMahon, even in Stanford, is gone. No more Vince's office. It says CEO. That's it.
Dude, they're even switching buildings. They're selling Twin Towers and going to another building in Stanford.
They have been. Titan Towers has been on sale since the WrestleMania pandemic. That's why they did the Money in the Bank there, because it was for sale. That's why they destroyed it. They've been in a brand new office since then.
Oh,
they just haven't. The original people that were supposed to buy Titan Towers backed out of the deal. They're in a much smaller, downsized place in Connecticut because 3/4 of the operation that was in Connecticut has moved to Florida.
Yep.
It all has to do with
eventually the whole thing's going to be in Florida.
I wouldn't, well, of course it should be. The taxes alone is what it would be the smartest idea. So we've seen the return of Edge. Does he come back tonight on Raw? We soon will see.
They already announced it.
Okay, so we got McAfee versus Happy Corbin, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think the match was. I didn't think it was all that. I thought it was good. Pat McAfee's a hell of an athlete.
He needs to have real gear.
Yes, he does. My wife said that. My wife could understand why Corbin wore what he wore, but she legitimately asked me, she goes, but he wants to be a wrestler. If he loves being a wrestler or he's an ex-football player, why wouldn't he wear his football pants cut like they were shorts and,
Eventually, I think eventually that's going to happen. I mean, right now they're playing it off.
And she said it exactly right. Like, if I was watching this show, I would be like, why is there a guy with a black tank top and a fat guy shirt underneath the tank top with a pair of shorts on?
They don't really want
that guy's shirt.
She said that. and she's right because it was a fat
No,
guy.
I listen. He needs real gear. If he's
Yep.
going to continue to get in the ring, this is the second pay-per-view he's been in the ring. He needs to wear real gear. I mean, it worked. It worked at NXT because NXT had that indie vibe, but honestly, dude, I thought SummerSlam was that NXT takeover vibe. The whole fucking
I get you.
camera angle, the camera angles, everything. It had that NXT takeover vibe.
I'll let Pelly take it after this. I'll just say it this. Every show has to have a match that isn't an A. You have to have your B minuses and your C's. And this match was a C to me. You know what I mean? Would I see it again? Yes. But it was nowhere near as good as Pat McAfee's first match. He almost fucked himself up climbing to the top rope, and it's a good thing Happy Corbin. And I'll say this in closing: Pat McAfee pulled a veteran move by giving a couple of shots to the gut and a headbutt, so that it looked as if Corbin wasn't helping him up, but did help him up. It was more or less Corbin picking him up to maybe get offensive on him, and then McAfee got on him. So kudos to Pat McAfee, or even kudos to Baron Corbin for quite possibly whispering sweet nothings into Pat McAfee's ear and go, brother, you got to lay a couple in. You know what I mean? Or McAfee might be that smart to know that it looks fake.
Can't take a full breath.
Do you remember that part of the match?
Yes.
Opportunity for Mustafa Ali, biggest of his career.
Hold on, texting somebody. Hold on.
This could be your time.
Pelly, you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, why?
Did you see that part of the match?
I can't remember, man. My short-term memory's not the greatest. But I was saying, like with Pat McAfee, maybe they didn't put the gear on him. I'm probably wrong, but because they want to focus on him to be a ring announcer. But the best, he's way better.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a little picture to picture in your brain. Michael Cole.
Cool. He did wear wrestling gear when he was in the ring.
That he absolutely did. Bobby the Brain Heenan wore wrestling gear. Danny Davis.
No, please.
Wore wrestling gear. Pat McAfee, if he has another match, has to wear wrestling gear. Whether it looks like his old football uniform, he has to replicate something of the sort. And like I say all the time, opinions are like assholes, and everybody got an asshole.
Wow. Okay, you know what? So you picked the wrong night to fucking do this show. I'm sorry.
No, I picked a great night because
The
this is a lot.
The wrestling right now on Raw is amazing. They're actually letting them work. Mustafa Ali and AJ Styles just put on a clinic.
I got it
What
on
did the Miz
DVR.
do? Pick his nose? Wow, that was nice.
Mustafa hit a 450 splash right into
They're showing they're showing the ending now. That was cool, man.
That is awesome.
So are they doing this term?
It's going to be Ciampa versus AJ Styles for the number one contender to the U.S. title. And Ciampa's going to win, and he's going to take the title off of Bobby Lashley. You heard it here first from Sticky Fingers.
And you heard it here first that AJ Styles will win and go over Bobby Lashley.
Nope. They're going to push Ciampa. He deserves it.
Yep. I know Ciampa deserves it, but he doesn't want the schedule.
He's on Raw. It's too late.
It's all right. He doesn't want the
he's on
schedule.
schedule now, Rumble.
All right. So we got the Undisputed Tag Team Championships up for grabs. The Usos versus the Street Profits with special guest referee Jeff Jarrett in the house. quite possibly looking just as buff, if not as buff, as the
the juice will
performance
do
in
that
the
for
ring.
you.
You know,
I said this to Chittick, and I'm probably wrong, but I said if the Usos lose the tag titles, then Roman Reigns is going to lose that heavyweight championship.
Oh no,
I
you're not
agree
wrong.
with that.
You're not wrong. The minute the Usos lose the tag titles, that title's coming off of Reigns.
Yep.
Guarantee
So
it.
let's get through this so we can analyze the main event and then give our our proclamations or our predictions, so to speak, on where we envision it going from here. What do you guys think about this matchup?
The tag
And
match.
why did we not see the split up of Dawkins and Ford? Is
'Cause
that
it's-
coming tonight on Raw?
I don't know if it's coming tonight on Raw. It might not come at all. I think that was a whole Vince thing.
Yep.
I think now that it's changed, I know Dawkins or Montez Ford was due for a huge push, but
So is
go ahead, Pelly.
so is Montez Ford the Shawn Michaels of the Street Profits?
Yes,
Yes.
without a doubt. He's probably not on the same level work wise as Michaels yet, but he could be.
Not many people are on the work rate of Shawn Michaels. I'll put it. He's got the charisma and marketability of a Shawn Michaels, if that's what you, because that's the way we deem everything nowadays. If a tag team breaks up, so what do you guys think about this matchup last night?
I think it was not as good as the first matchup, but it was still good. I think the Money in the Bank matchup stole the show.
I think, as we said, Shawn Michaels is the Montez Ford, Shawn Michaels of the Street Profits, but Angelo Dawkins proved his ground in SummerSlam. He did a great job.
Yep, I thought it was a great match. I thought it was, if not just as good. They put on. I thought it was a solid matchup for a tag team matchup. Then we go to Riddle and Seth Rollins brawl. What's the deal? Is this a work?
Kayfabe. Yep, it's a work injury because they're holding that. They want to put that match on Brawl at the Castle.
So they basically just faked us that Riddle's injured.
Yep.
Why would they want this match in England? Are the ticket sales not well, or
I don't know. No idea.
I was told that the place sold the stadium over there, the soccer stadium, sold out within 25 minutes of tickets going on sale. So it was because it's the first live premium event to be hosted in the United Kingdom since SummerSlam.
Yep.
And I believe that was SummerSlam 98.
Yes, that was Brett versus the Bulldog.
Okay. So we move on to Morgan versus Rousey, and like I said, this is another. This was a C match to me. This is a match that this time I wish I'd rather not have seen.
And I don't think it was on. It was pretty much more on Ronda Rousey than it was on Liv Morgan.
No.
Yes.
No. Well, again, and I've said this before. It all depends on who you put in the ring with Ronda Rousey. She couldn't lead a horse to water right now.
She shouldn't be leading anybody.
Right,
I knew this was going to be the shits.
Right. If you put her in the ring with Becky Lynch, or you put her in the ring with Charlotte Flair, or I'll even say Sasha Banks. Other than that, it's not good. It's bad. It's bad.
So we move on to we'll move on to the main event of the evening, where we have a last man standing match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And every major outlet that I've looked on match results,
shit on it.
There has been no. Every place is graded at an A. Bleacher Report.
Exactly.
CBS. Yes, I know. I'm not, but I'm just saying, and it's
Except
nice
for
to
some,
see.
except for some clown that on Nesson that wrote that the whole SummerSlam was mediocre and sucked, and I freaking responded, stick to baseball like the Red Sox suck because you are horrible. Don't even report on wrestling. Nice trade. Nice trade the Red Sox pulled off today too, by the way.
I'll talk about that on Wednesday
Yeah,
night.
that's what I thought.
I'm going to be honest with you. Vasquez, and I'll talk a quick baseball minute between Vasquez, Martinez, and Evaldi. It serves the Red Sox better to trade them off rather than to let them go to free agency. Because hold on a second.
But they didn't trade Martinez or Evaldi.
Martinez is going tonight, and Evaldi's pitching tonight. And after the pitching is over, Evaldi and Rich Hill are on their way to someplace.
Okay.
Martinez is as good as gone to the New York Mets for an outfield first baseman prospect who's the number 4 prospect in the Mets organization. And is it
deadline tonight or tomorrow?
It's tomorrow by 4 o'clock.
All right.
So hear me out. If you trade them, you get something for them. With the brand new agreement that Major League Baseball signed, you no longer get draft compensation if somebody like that leaves your team now.
No, I get
the
that.
only way you get draft compensation is you have to offer a 1-year tender at market rate. And right now, if that rate was to come out, Vasquez ain't worth $19 million. JD Drew is working on a $22 million option this year. And it's known that he's probably, if he was offered $19 million, he's hopping on that. Nathan Evaldi's 2 Tommy John surgeries before he even got to the Boston Red Sox. And then now has had 2 major elbow surgeries with the Boston Red Sox. So with that being said, and not for nothing, but the Sox made a decent trade by getting a catcher back earlier from a trade of Diekman to the Chicago White Sox. So they got a kid, McGuire, who was a highly touted guy in the White Sox organization, 2 pro years. This year, he's one of 3 catches that the White Sox decided to carry because they have, oh man, I forget the catcher's name, but like he was he's one of the better catchers in the league. So, anyways, with that being said, that the Red Sox were able to capture back on the catching market. Vasquez, to me, other than being at 282, hitting as 8 home runs and 42 RBIs, is probably one of the better bats out of the 9 that was in the starting Red Sox thing.
I get that. I just, they honestly.
But the Red Sox got 2 good prospects back from Houston.
Right, they're in last place. They should be sellers. That's my opinion.
You really can't be sellers, man, because it's not baseball we grew up watching. It's so different. Because might come 3 weeks from now, the people that are at top could get injured, and now we're down at the bottom.
No.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
It's different.
All right, back to wrestling.
So you know what I'm saying? That's all. It's not like when we was kids. It took till 1982 before they had an East and a West.
To wrestling,
you won the pennant.
Big schnoz.
That's all. So, with that being said, what do you think of what did you guys think of the main event last night?
I thought it was outstanding.
Yeah, I thought the finish was great because you put all that stuff on top of Brock Lesnar. It still makes him strong because you got to beat him that way.
Yep.
I really thought Lesnar was going to pin Roman Reigns under that tractor bucket. I was hoping.
Oh, dude, you and me both.
I would fucking pop huge if he did that.
I was like, when shit goes wrong, he would have squashed him like a bug if that hydraulics just kicked the wrong way.
Well, when he left the bucket in the middle of the ring, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna F5 him and then put the bucket on him. There's your new champion.
Yeah. I like the fact that they keep that they got it on Roman still because so many people are pissed that he has the belt and
Because he's
people
doing
tried
his
to
job.
people tried to say that he's adding less credibility to the title because he's had it so long.
So people complain, but yet that'll make so many people watch.
Yep.
I was on a I forgot which page it was, and some kid was some guy, older guy, probably older than me. Oh, he's got to cheat to win, blah blah blah. I'm like, I said, hi Mark, this is wrestling, and it's very rare that a champion that has a title for 700 days in this day and age of wrestling. So let's get to the point. What are they doing?
Yeah, why is the Street Profits picking a fight with Seth Rollins? And it seems like this is the push. Why is Seth? I just want to know why they're doing this to Seth Rollins. I feel the Seth Rollins has already did his time having to put Cody over. And now it seems like Seth Rollins is the man that's starting to be the elevator.
Well, maybe that's what he wants to do.
It's a great gimmick right now. We got the whole crowd go with you, the whole annoying laugh, and the
He's going to turn face soon too.
You know, that's just me. What do you think about the barricades being total light bulbs now? As if you're watching a soccer game or watching a Canadian Football League game.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me either. But do you think that they're told not to throw anybody into them?
You just threw fucking Seth Rollins into it.
I wasn't watching. I'm watching this program. I'm watching the instincts from my panel. So, with that being said, where do we see the WWE going from here with the Roman Reigns angle?
Well, I as I stated before, the reason why Cody Rhodes re-signed with WWE is to win the title. Now that Vince is gone, I don't know if that's going to happen. I really don't. I don't know if Triple H is going to put the title around Cody right now.
So who do you think from NXT to WWE is really Triple H's number one guy?
It was Adam Cole, but he's gone. People that he could bring back that are not signed anywhere and be his number one guy, Cross, Gargano, or it could be Ciampa.
Now, was Triple H involved when NXT first started, like when Seth Rollins won the championship the first time?
Yes.
No, yes. He was working with Dusty.
Triple H has been there since the relocation of Deep South when they brought it to Florida Championship Wrestling.
So why not run with Seth Rollins?
Excuse me?
So
Yes,
why not
Seth
run
Rollins.
with Seth Rollins?
Yes. Yeah.
I look at Seth Rollins as being a major player for the WWE, man.
Listen,
I really do.
you can't, Forbes, you can't expect change overnight. It's got to gradually happen for him.
Oh, I'm not complaining about the product. I'm not, but I'm just saying.
You can't right now because this is an exciting time for WWE. Exciting time. This is what everybody wanted. Wanted Vince out and Stephanie and Triple H running the show. And that's the way it should be. Just the camera angle, the camera work is a lot better.
Do they got a new guy in the truck? Is Kevin Dunn still in the truck?
He's gone. He's gone.
So who's in the truck now?
He's gone. Pritchard's gone. Aldo Regime is gone. See ya.
When did they get rid of Pritchard?
Soon as Triple H took over creative, he was gone.
I didn't hear that they. I didn't hear they got rid of Bruce Pritchard.
No, he's gone. He's been removed. from all his executive duties. He's gone.
All right. I had read that he was still with them.
What's he doing? Mopping the floor? Because he's not head of creative anymore.
No, he's not head of creative. But I could have sworn I had read somewhere that he was still with the company. It don't matter anyways. You know,
if Kevin Dunn is still with the company, his days are numbered because Stephanie McMahon hates him with a passion.
And what does Kevin Dunn do?
Nothing.
Okay.
He hasn't been part of the board in over 5 years. He doesn't really do much. He was in the truck for a while, but I don't know about now because these camera angles they're much better.
So what are they doing? What do you think? What are they doing with Roman Reigns? Where does Roman Reigns go from here?
Well, I personally believe that if they still are sticking with the Cody Rhodes thing, Rhodes comes back at WrestleMania at Royal Rumble, wins it, and faces Reigns at WrestleMania. I don't think The Rock and Roman Reigns is going to happen, to be honest with you.
Why is that?
I just feel that if Cody was going to come back, he would have been back by SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now the next big way for him to come back is Royal Rumble. Unless he comes back at the Elimination Chamber, wins that, and then faces off at faces Royal Reigns at Royal Rumble and wins. And then he goes out and feuds with either Theory or back to Rollins at WrestleMania.
I think I like the WrestleMania part with Cody getting the title because it's like the boyhood dream and the picture, the picture of the picture, and you know, I think that's what sells.
The performance he did in that cell, the guts he had to do that. Probably everybody in the back think he deserves that shot.
Oh, when you wrestle with a torn pec, hell yeah.
He'll be back in 6 months. He'll be back for he'll be back for Royal Rumble, so I wouldn't worry about that. He was at the ESPY Awards this last weekend.
Yeah.
He won the WWE Moment of the Year.
He should have.
He won an ESPY Award for the WWE's Moment of the Year.
Anyways.
What's wrong with that? Got the best moment of the year to be reckoned, Mike. I think it's a big thing to me because WWE and pro wrestling in general to be noticed in legit mainstream media, not just noticed, but having an award is something that should be hugely gratifying and very important to the wrestling world.
I mean, he was very close to the Warrior Pop, the Road Warrior Pop.
Yep.
I don't think anybody's ever going to beat that pop.
True. So with that being said, tonight's Monday Night Raw is looking pretty good. Montez Ford and Seth Rollins are keeping the beat up with continue with the great match here tonight. The Clown is on. Jimmy Fingers.
Wow, he finally got his name right.
Look at you. I will say this.
All over SummerSlam, you clown.
Yep, come on. Yep, let's do it. Let's hear it. Triple H still isn't making my life good. Watching Monday Night Raw. Come on.
What do you want? My opinion on SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just got shit on it, so I can call you the biggest idiot walking.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was best SummerSlam in 10 years.
Yeah.
Best.
Well, hold on. Jimmy Fingers, are you calling WWE good for once?
I see improvement. That was the best Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match out of the
Oh
17.
God, yeah, it was.
Yep. They saved the bay, as they say. They saved the best for last.
Tell me, any of you have seen a better visual with the crane in the ring? That was the best visual I've ever seen, like optically.
Yeah.
Done to a wrestling.
It actually brought back memories of the beer truck. To be honest with you.
That was
Yep.
better than any beer truck move.
No,
that
I
Oh yeah,
I understand that.
definitely.
But they haven't done anything like that since the Attitude Era.
No,
So,
I'll tell you
like-
what. I'll tell you what's even more impressive is that clearly Brock is a farmer, but there's no guarantee. I mean, you guys know behind the scenes on putting a ring together that something didn't go right with it splitting in the middle or something, or
So did anybody notice the ring? Jay, you must have noticed the ring.
There was
Yeah,
extra
it's started all the
strapping
way
underneath of it.
It was, dude. That was an indie ring. That's what that
Yeah.
was. It had the old posts. It had the post in the middle, the flexi beam post in the middle. That was.
Yep.
Like this ring right now, they wouldn't be able to lift up.
I was
They had it.
I
They
was like,
had it
what the hell's
strapped.
going on? I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like I had
Yeah.
that reaction that I can't remember having a reaction like that as to like not knowing what the F is going on, but like loving
Yeah.
it. I was like, man, I never thought.
Yeah, that ain't a Vince McMahon written show.
No.
Nope. Like I said to them, I thought the only two dim spots in the evening was the Miz, Logan Paul, and the women's match. I thought those were still, well, the Logan Paul match, Miz match was good, but Ronda Rousey is just like, she fucking
The
sucks.
shit. She's the shit. Say it, God damn it.
She sucks. She's the shits. I just,
She
Right
wasn't.
now.
She
Tell you
wasn't.
right now. If Monday Force is getting a push, he put on a hell of a match with Seth Rollins. That's for sure.
Oh, he's going solo, bro. You can see the slow burn happening right now. You saw it at SummerSlam, Monte. I don't know.
No. Not really.
I don't think you saw it that. I think you saw a little bit of disappointment, but I think if there was going to be a little bit of old school heat, a little bit of like cold shoulder would have been nice. Like, get away. You disgust me. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, we'll see what happens right now because they're both in the ring.
Who doesn't see a split?
well, I'm not saying I don't see a split. I'm just saying I don't see
think
a
it's a good idea.
decisive.
I don't think they should split them. To be honest with you, they need tag team.
I did not see a
Yes.
decisive.
Mike
A
makes a point.
decisive. I did not see a decisive lean towards a breakup happening the way that I would like to have seen at SummerSlam. How's that?
To Mike, no, I agree. To Mike's point, though, it's just like if we're going to be looking for the right type of changes that we all agree on, we need a goddamn tag division. And
Yeah, so why keep on splitting them up?
Exactly.
right, I just think
That's what I'm
Montez-
saying. Vince was going to split them up, but now that he's gone, I think it's going to change.
I think
See,
Montez.
now-
I think Montez Ford is a world elite athlete that can really like be a top guy.
Yep.
He's got the.
But then again,
charisma.
you have a guy like Riddle that you're trying to groom for the same potential spot.
So have them fight each other, man. But again, you're kind of in a catch-22 here. We need a tag division. We need a legit tag division. It's just that I don't care to see the Street Profits and the Usos again, and neither do you. I mean, War Machine is.
So they have the scene coming back up, and if you look, the ring is like that. I don't know if you know this, but their 20x20 still has a leg in the middle. From the Titus O'Neil days, the only thing that's different about it is there's no spring. That they use 20-foot lengths to go across than a flexi beam. But that middle leg has been there for a long time.
No, but I'm just saying the way it was set up. It's an
Yep.
ring.
Yeah. They put strapping around the bottom of it so the legs totally wouldn't come out. if you notice, there's a strap that goes around like what me and Kenny used to put on the outside of the ring.
Oh, that fucking ring. That makes my back hurt just hearing that name.
So
It's still there was still a possibility it could have went wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Brock's
Brock's
reaction of when he was smiling was just like relief that it went down. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it was supposed
Yes. Yeah. When he rolled out, it was funny. I was waiting for the ring just to go in 700 pieces and him not to die. I guarantee they had to have gone over that spot just to make sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Roman did a good job selling that. You know what I mean? Rolling all the way out.
So,
It's still,
yeah.
I really don't know what the deal with the Miz Logan Paul was. Was it because it followed?
No, it was just you could tell it was the second match and he was a little sloppy. That's all.
That's okay. I don't fault Logan Paul, man. I think he's got the goods.
I think he's probably the best celebrity performer to hit a WWE ring ever.
Yes.
He's got good size to him too.
He's better than Pat. Like, everybody wants to commend Pat McAfee, but Pat McAfee ain't got Logan Paul ability.
No.
So just a real quick, because I love Rochi, he just had a complete fucking meltdown about the Red Sox on Facebook.
That's it. If Triple H and Stephanie didn't think Logan Paul could do it and achieve like what he did with The Miz and be that kind of athlete, they never would have signed him to a long-term contract.
Yep.
Yeah, but you guys don't think when Ronda first started she was good? I thought so.
No.
All right.
All right.
It was because she was in there with the right people.
Thank you.
And when she did her first few matches, she legitimately trained 4 to 5 days a week in ring, practicing the match before it was even gone out there. So the time that she put into it was more beneficial than what she puts in now.
Right. I mean, like, my dislike for her has nothing to do with, in the early part, what was the effort. Like, to me, her heart just doesn't seem in it. Like, she's
She's there for the money.
Yeah. Believe me, once her contract is up, she's gone. She's not sticking around. She's got another year left.
She is there for the money. That's it.
Stupid fucking doll.
Alexa Bliss?
Yeah.
All right, we need to get rid of that.
I know, but you can't change everything all at once. It's got to be a gradual change.
I know.
Oh, this is hilarious. So, just to skip back. So you're right. You had to make me go on Facebook to look at Rochi's thing. And evidently the guy we traded for.
That's why I said nice trade. Poor Rochi.
Carjacking. Batter up. Jay's Reese McGuire arrested for allegedly masturbating in a parking lot in Florida.
Poor Rochi. He's having a complete mental breakdown. That's great.
Bloom sucks, Jay. He sucks. Look at Schwarber and his 38 home runs in Philly. You know what? For that defense, giving up the defense, I'll take that offense at first base over Dahlbach and friggin' Franchi Cordero.
I'm not saying I wouldn't either. Not like I just listen. I have no idea what's on Chaim Bloom's mind.
He came out and said yesterday that they're still going to make a playoff push, and they're going to make the playoffs.
I don't care about that.
Bloom is running a portfolio company for John Henry, who no longer cares about the competitiveness of the Red Sox, Yankees.
Absolutely.
I really wish he'd sell the team because it's he's becoming like Jeremy Jacobs. Just try to make a playoff run for the gate. But as long as people, all those white people like who dance oddly to Sweet Caroline and shipping up to Boston, they're still going to fill out the stadium no matter what. So why does he need to make a change? It's almost like Vince, you know what I mean? With WWE still making all the money, why make a change if the money's still rolling in? But like it's hard.
You're gonna make a lot more money now that Triple H is in charge. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Good stuff is on the horizon.
All right, you clowns. I gotta go to bed because I get up at 3. So.
All right.
Hey,
Give me
So-
fingers. That's for you.
all right, brother.
All right. You probably didn't even watch Ric Flair's last match, anyways.
Me?
Oh, I watched. No, me. I watched
wanna
bits
talk-
of. I watched bits
talk
and
about
pieces of it. It was a disgrace. He should have never gotten there. He looks like a 70-something-year-old man.
Uh,
The
Mike-
fuck out of here! Like never should have been in the ring.
Mike, stay
Never.
on. Just stay on for a minute to talk about this because I want to talk about it.
All right.
Did
Quickly,
you
then I gotta go
realize
to
that
bed.
he passed out during the figure 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
about that.
And he pinned himself.
Did you see the look of? Did you see the look on Andrade's face? The look on Andrade's face was that of concern, and then as he got him up, he was like of relief. The selfish part about this for Ric Flair is, I think we can all agree he would have been perfectly fine dying in the ring.
Yep.
But the conscience it would have put on those other guys would have been a lifetime, and that is fucking selfish.
I get where it's hard to let go, but you're 73 years old, dude. Get out. Don't. Like, I never thought that he should have been in the ring from the beginning. Oh, it was all great. You know, he thought he could do it because he was training with Jay Lethal. If you looked at those tapes of him training with Jay Lethal is like not even slamming him. He's planting him. He's putting him down gently. Like, come on. And then you go and gig. You gig at 73 years old. You gig. You got bat wings for arms. Like, what the fuck?
And he's on blood thinners.
Yep.
In my opinion, Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair is the greatest way to go out.
Yes.
So what do you think is going to happen to Ric Flair in the next year without the spotlight? I think he's going to die.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah. Unless he gets a job backstage somewhere. Other than that, he's done.
Nobody's hiring him backstage.
I understand
number
that.
one, yes, because the last words he said at the pay-per-view last night was, I'm going out with Kid Rock tonight, and yes, everything that was said about me is true. And handed the microphone back to Tony Schiavone and walked off.
Did you see how they cut off Jay Lethal
Oh,
coming out
yes.
to hug him?
Here we go. Yep. Beautiful run-ins. Love it.
All right, so we'll
Let
keep
Mike
on
go.
talking. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers it. Like, I was able to overlook how bad he looked in the ring. I get it. But I was more worried about, like, if he dies, right, then Andrade, Lethal, Jared, everybody else involved would have guilt on their hands. But I wouldn't feel bad for Conrad Thompson because he's the one who put it together and was making the money off it.
He's a fucking piece of shit as far as I'm concerned, Conrad
Who?
Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
Conrad Thompson. He's the son-in-law. He's married to Flair's oldest daughter. He's bought back more of Flair's memorabilia and doesn't even give it back to him. Has the balls to just have it fucking hung up in his own house.
Yeah. You know what's been funny, guys, about like how I loved how they told the story, right? I thought that was good old school storytelling. Great, right? But how they tried to paint Lethal as the heel, right, was so wrong because Ric Flair was the one, hey, Jay, come train me. But guess what? I don't have a spot on the card for you. That's how they did the feud. Ric Flair, you're the heel, brother. You can't give Jay Lethal a spot on the card. Ultimately, he did, which wound up in the match, but it was like it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's like Jared tries to help him up. Flair tells him to F off, and Conrad tries to paint Jared and Lethal as the heels there when it's clearly, I didn't see it. I was rooting for Jared and Lethal.
But the thing of it is, it's like nobody else would touch that match. Nobody.
Yeah.
I'm sure he pitched it to AEW. They said, get the fuck out of here. You're 70-something years old. You're not dying in my ring. And sure as shit, Vince probably said no.
No, because the first thing the Flair did was pitch a match for him and Vince at SummerSlam the night before.
when you go back and see Ric Flair pass out and you see Andrade standing over to him, you can see Rick tell him, he says, I passed out. And Andrade was frightened. And that's where I really got pissed off.
Yeah,
about
and
fight.
supposedly the doctors checked him and he was in great condition. Bullshit.
Ric
They-
Flair, Ric
He
Flair will be
couldn't
dead.
even wear the belt to the ring. He almost dropped it when he was coming out.
No, I know it's funny. It didn't properly fit around his waist. The worst and saddest part was at the very, very end. Like Flair's so out of it, and Andrade's just like, grab the belt from this idiot, grab the belt. So finally, Andrade grabs the belt, gives it to Flair. They're at the entranceway, and Flair is so
Chucks it.
weak.
Yeah, chucks it.
It took two hands just for him to go like this. He couldn't even raise it over his head. Sad. And then there's people like, I'm sorry, but I kept my mouth shut all day because I didn't want to rain on people's parade. They thought it was there's so many people that thought this was the greatest thing ever. And don't get on Ric Flair, blah, 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 blah.
Don't get on Ric Flair. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Listen, hold up. I don't agree. So I didn't put nothing up because I would have been online all day. It's a good thing that I'm in the business and I understand why Ric Flair probably did what he did.
So do
But
I.
at the same point in time, young kids who have never seen Ric Flair before, or people who have never seen Ric Flair before live, that's their lasting memory in their head. Whereas at least he had a decent match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. He should have wanted it. He should have wanted it to end that way. Wrestle frickin' Mania.
Dude, he's trying to get Hogan to wrestle. He wanted to wrestle Hogan in his last match, and Hogan said, "No,
Yeah,
we're too old."
So I watched the whole Starcast weekend. I watched the roast of Ric Flair on Friday night it was. And, some of the guys that came to his roast, it was good. It was a decent thing. But Flair at the end goes, everybody's going to get their worth. I'm going to have both fingers flared up with razors ready to cut and carve. Like, he just...
He's losing his mind, dude. He's out of. He thinks he's 50 years old and still go. He's not.
I think it's a sad thing because it reminded me of just some stupid mock that's just been that like is a backyarder. Yeah, man, all I want to do is cut myself up and blade. Like to know nothing about wrestling.
I
can't believe I'm saying this about Ric Flair. Probably the greatest top 3 in-ring performers in professional wrestling history. But watching what I watched of Ric Flair, like how I don't understand how he can justify that. And like, it's just very, and then the guys he's in the ring with, like you're in the ring with Andrade as your tag team partner. Like, I don't care if he's your son-in-law or not. You're going against Jay Lethal, a guy that has never been in the biggest company in the world's eye, the WWE. Like, you know what I mean? And then you're in there with Jeff Jarrett. Don't get me wrong. Jeff Jarrett's in great shape. But you're in there with Jeff Jarrett, who his title reign with WCW, his father told him not to do because it was a low point at WCW, and it would be the worst thing he would want for his career, because he would be known as the champion who everything was drawing the lowest at his time of being the champion. So with that being said, like, it just, yeah, man. And the more that you shed on it with Conrad Thompson's the one that put it together, now it just all makes perfect sense.
So I have a question, and then I'm getting off because I need to go to bed. Did I read it right or see it that Iron Anderson wrestled last night?
I didn't see him
Sunday.
wrestle or
I think he did something on the outside. You know what I mean? Just a little bump here.
I missed
Are
the
they
first.
trying to put a new Four Horsemen together with Pillman Jr. and his son and somebody else?
They
Brock
could be.
Anderson.
They could be.
Dude, Brock Anderson, where the fuck did he is that his legit son? Because he's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
He's the shits.
Yeah.
Just get out of the business now. You look like you're fucking 55 years old. And you're only 35.
Okay. So how good was Kurt Hennig's son?
He wasn't that bad, man.
Yeah, he was bad.
No,
He was
Kurt
bad.
Hennig.
He was bad.
It's just
He was
like
bad.
I watched all of Ric Flair's kids perform. David Flair was the absolute drizzling dog shits.
Yep.
Then
Listen.
Reed Flair
was close.
was pretty damn good. If he didn't have the drug problem, I
He
think
would have been the closest thing. You're right.
Yep.
He would have been better than Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised Charlotte didn't come out and whip up Karen Angle.
She wasn't allowed to, man. Oh, dude, she would have been in such heated trouble. The only reason why you saw the Undertaker, Foley, and Bret Hart ringside is because they're Legends deals.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, though, Jeff Jarrett is upper management of WWE, and they still let him do
They
it.
let him. Yeah, they let him do it. I think with the way Jeff Jarrett looks, I think you see Jeff Jarrett in the ring, WWE.
Soon. Yeah. All right, you monkeys.
All right. Well, Mike, I'm going to be away this weekend, so this podcast covers this week. We'll be
All right.
coming in a week from Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, I'm
Go
gonna show
Yankees,
Saturday
bro.
anyways.
All right, buddy.
Fingers, I will slap the shit out of you. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna find out where you. I actually got your address. I'm coming to your house. I'm jumping in your pool naked. Then I'm beating the crap out of you. If you ever say that again, I'm not
Are you
even fucking
peeing in
with
it?
you.
Are you
I'm
going to pee in it?
Down. I'm gonna. Blue streaks everywhere. I swear to God. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna kill you. Do not
Yeah.
curse the fucking team. You fucking.
Did he say go Yankees?
Yeah. Shut up.
Right now he's with the Padres hat on. Well, they got Hater from Milwaukee, and I'm a hater.
All right, I'm
All
out.
right, Mike. Have a great show, buddy.
All right, bye.
All right, brother.
I wanted to see Scarlett and Killer Cross open up the show tonight.
Did you watch the Ric Flair pay-per-view?
All of it, yes.
You bought it.
Yep. Wanted to see my boys, the Briscoes, the Von Erichs lock it up.
Oh, that was horrible.
Well, the Briscoes aren't horrible.
No, but the Von Erichs are the shits.
No, I know.
They suck.
I was hoping Kevin would run in and give someone the claw.
But they are built.
They
The
are
short one? Dude, the short one, bro.
Ross.
Yes. Jacked.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, hey, you know what? I mean, give them some time, maybe. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I've seen
I
worse.
hear you.
I've seen
Let them
worse.
sign with the WWE and work with those trainers.
Yeah.
That's what will happen. You know?
I just wish the Briscoes can get on national television, man. They're not getting any younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in my top 3 favorite tag teams, man. You know, currently.
Well, you know, you could be a honorary Briscoe with that goatee you got going on.
I'd love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I'd be one of them boys.
Yeah, and them 7 pieces of hair that you're sporting on the top of that head.
Bro. I got some shit going on, man. I can't tell you what the secret is, but more to come. That's all I'll say.
There you go. What'd you do? Find out that Miracle Grow not only grows them big fucking fruits and vegetables you got out in that garden that grows your hair too?
Just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. You're just going to see a lot of hat wearing, and then pretty soon the hat's going to come off for good, and you're going to be like, what happened there?
Yeah, you finally got a good plug guy.
Yeah. Enough about that. AJP, I can take it to him, man. We can get rid of that horseshoe of yours.
I hear you, brother. Sounds great.
Brother, this is all natty.
That's all right, man. I think I think I might have the
I'm
patent.
not gonna lie. When I shaved the sides of my head, I was gonna take it all and I was gonna ask you for your address and say that they could transplant the sides for you.
Well, I just might have the cure.
I'm good for you.
Yeah. See, what I respect about Sidewalk is that he just wears the horseshoe, man. He don't even.
Oh
try to,
yeah, he don't care. He rocks it.
Hulk
think that-
Hogan, bud. Hulk Hogan.
He rocks the horseshoe with pride.
Yeah, it's good luck, man.
Yeah, with pride.
You know
Look
what's
at that
funny
big
when I
peanut do.
see
Parazukov.
here's the thing though. Here's another great thing about Sidewalk, right? You know, all the stuff that I seen him wrestling wise, he is a totally different character than he is in real life. You know what I mean? I know that's how
Oh,
it is, but like when I see him in the ring and I'm talking to him, totally two different people.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
That's a
He's
compliment.
wrestling. He's wrestling for food. That's why.
Oh, I love that whole angle, man. I love the whole, like, just the whole premise of it. Like, you know, like, what was it? SpaghettiOs you had, or
Ravioli.
ravioli? Like someone was messing with your ravioli, and that was it. That's on.
So, yeah, I just, I myself, and I agree, Pelly. You really didn't even have to say the whole fact about Ric Flair, the WWE, because I'm gonna keep that in my brain. Is the way I seen Ric Flair go out.
Yeah.
That tag team match really wasn't a match. That was him being greedy, coming back for one last payday, and you know.
Yeah, I overlooked how bad he looked in the ring. Like, I didn't let that bother me as much as my contempt for if
watching if you were going to see him die.
Yeah, but then I would feel terrible for Andrade, Lethal, and Jarrett. But then I would bitch out Conrad because he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Even though that is his father, because he's probably like, I don't believe Ric Flair has a fortune to pass down.
No.
So Conrad is profiteering off his father-in-law, man.
Without a doubt. Like I told you, he's bought back a lot of things that Rick has sold off. And then doesn't even give them back to Rick. Hangs them up in his house.
Like if you're a family member and you starts to love the guy, couldn't you talk to this Ric Flair and say, "Hey, man, you shouldn't be doing this"? Or is this Conrad guy just trying to make some money?
Do you not know who Conrad Thompson is?
No.
Google search him.
He's one of the most successful podcasters out there right now.
Yeah,
without a doubt. He does.
He's a wrestling guy, dude. He's like he's married to Ric Flair's daughter, the oldest one. They got like 2 kids.
There was for all the other podcasts out there, Fightful, Keeping It Real. There was an incident between Sean Ross Sapp and Billy Bade.
Yes.
And Billy Bade backed down.
Yes, at WrestleCast this weekend. I watched
WrestleCast, yep. And Sean Ross Sapp is, he's one of the more credible guys out there now today.
That he is.
But he's a very snowflake-driven guy. So he was making racist charges on Billy Bade, and Sean. I've had dialogue with Sean before, you know what I mean, and with disagreement, and all these guys are so super sensitive that they'll block you if you disagree with them. Like, we disagree all the time. We're not big time here on the podcast front, but like these guys that are getting successful or whatever, you disagree with them and shit, man. They tell you to hit the bricks. My favorite guy is no longer JD. It's BC Amplified. And what happened was, I would say he's probably the most fairest guy who doesn't execute any tribalism. He just kind of puts criticism where it's belonged. He roots for AEW. He roots for WWE. But Tony Khan had all his shit removed because he criticized something very basic, and Tony Khan shut him down.
Really?
I was like, that's not good for business, man. I said, These guys love wrestling so much They're not out here to trash you, man. They're out here to talk about you. More eyes, more people talking about you, the better, man. And it's just like Tony Khan's philosophy used to be like, well, let's hear what you like, let's hear what you don't like. And with Triple H coming back, man, AEW's in big trouble. I mean, they've been in big trouble, but if these numbers keep circling down, man, they're going to be a YouTube show. TNT isn't going to renew them. And all these former disgruntled WWE guys, they'll be heading right back. And all these guys in limbo, like Killer Cross, Strowman, Bray, Open Door, right back, especially these guys who had problems with Vince. These guys will run back to Triple H. And who wins? We do. You know what I mean?
So I was watching the Matt Hardy interview the other day at StarCast. He did an interview. And on the stage was the Good Brothers. And the Good Brothers said that Triple H has been in touch with them and asked them if they would like to return.
I don't care for them, man.
I don't either, but
I met Luke
you
Gallows.
said you wanted to see it. You said you wanted to see a Bullet Club thing, correct?
If it's, Balor and,
Okay. So the closest thing you're going to get is you got to have Gallows, you got to have Anderson.
Finn Balor and
Yep.
Yeah, that I would love to see.
And from what I'm told, Shinsuke Nakamura could be on the verge of joining that.
I'd also like to see Cross, EC3, Ron, put the control your narrative. And
Dude, I see nothing in EC3. I'm sorry.
I do. He was not given a fair shake. He was great in NXT. He was not given a fair shake on the.
Who's good in NXT?
Why not just continue that? He's got some mic skill. He's got a good, arrogant, punchable face that you just want to see his head get kicked.
Because once you start to add too much, now the guys that have been there that you could create for take a back seat. Yeah, so and this is just me. I happen to believe that what they got right now, other than maybe a couple of pieces being added back, is fine. Like, I'd love to see Gargano added back. And Mike was right. You now have AJ Styles versus Tommaso Ciampa. And he could be right that Tommaso Ciampa wins that number one contenders match.
You know what's the thing that really bothers me now is, like, I think we can all agree that Dolph Ziggler is probably one of their top talents and has been for a long time.
Yep.
How many stops has he had? Like, if you put him in a prominent role now, it's just like, how do you care? You know what I mean? Like, how do you care about someone like that? As great as he is, it's never about talent. It's how you're booked. It's like Triple H has got a lot of work to do.
Yep.
I think Bobby back with Triple H in charge. Bobby Roode's got to get a fair shake again.
Do you remember when Dolph Ziggler beat Albert Del Rio for the title at Mania?
Yep.
And they popped like hell for him. Like, go with that, dude. Your boy Chris Curtis was over as Fandango. Jericho put him over, and it's like Vince just had to go. He just had to go on so many levels. It's not going to change overnight, but as long as we see something change a little bit here and there, I'd love to see the scripted promos get dialed back some. And for those who can't talk, give them a mouthpiece, because I want to believe. When someone's cutting a promo, make me believe. Don't make me believe you're reciting a script, because we all know.
Well, the commentary's been good. Commentary's been good.
That's because Vince isn't shouting in people's ears.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Thus far, the commentary's been good.
People are talking about Michael Cole's performance for the first time ever.
Yep.
He got the wrestlers and not superstars. Like he was just letting it fly.
Yep. I'm glad a fan like you is very happy with the outcome.
Guys, I mean, the back and forth with me and Mike, you've always been a pretty neutral guy. When AEW came around, it was like, hey, man, let's hope for the best. It's an alternative. The mission statements were good. We saw a lot of good things in the beginning, and somehow it just went down the shitter. Like, and you know me, man, I was the biggest AEW mark in here.
Because he didn't book it right.
Exactly.
Shouldn't that? You should, like, honestly, if I was him for the first 5 years, I would have signed 30 wrestlers to exclusive contracts. Everybody else I would have paid by appearance. And I would have put on matches for the first 2 years that would have just been all types of matches leading up to crowning the first ever AEW champion. Because if you had said that the records mean everything, then you keep the guys with the high records on the TV. And then finally you have like a weekend of champions. And they're doing like it would have worked out great Wednesday and Friday night. And you probably would have got more people to watch Rampage. Because knowing that tournament matches are on there.
Until Rampage live in its own show, then it's nothing. And I do believe that they made the right choice making Jericho the first champ. I think we can all agree on that, right?
Yes, and Jericho may be a 2-time champion pretty soon.
Okay, you got Dean Malenko back there. You got Arn Anderson back there. You got who else back there? You guys get you that could book much better than what Tony Khan does, but he refuses to delegate any of the work. Daniel Bryan has been out for 2 months, right? He comes back and loses clean to Daniel Garcia last winter. Was anybody cool with that? No, I wasn't.
No, because you're building this Fight Club up to be like the big thing. The Fight Club shouldn't lose.
I don't care about the Bullet Club, the whatever Blackpool.
I like it.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
I don't like the Ass Boys. I don't like Trent Beretta, the Best Friends. I don't like them. These guys are talented. I'm not saying in ring, they're all good. Okay, they just don't interest me.
The Acclaimed. I like the Acclaimed.
I like the Acclaimed also. I do. I didn't at first, but they're entertaining. Okay.
Yeah.
Other guys are not. I mean, they're great wrestlers. Tony Nese, no interest. Great wrestler. Boring.
Yes.
Keep these guys. You got 2 hours of primetime television. Keep all of these guys off. Long-term storytelling. The best long-term story they told was MJF and Wardlow, right?
Yeah, and they're about to fuck that up.
Yeah, they already did screw it up because it's past its expiration point for them to be silent about it. They got something good cooking with Miro and Black. That's cool. But then, like, everything else is just like filler. Chris Statlander is over. And, like, Thunder Rosa's the shits. Right? She's in a tag team with Tony Storm now as Thunderstorm. And it's just like, get Statlander that title. They're not going to take the title off Jade.
No. And they say Thunder Rosa's where she is. I hear she likes to she would be one of the people that wouldn't look for any she wouldn't allegedly do anything if she allegedly did anything with Vince McMahon. She, from what I hear, she's very gracious upon, like, a lot of people have said that she likes to sleep with the upper management to get her way around.
She must be giving Tony Khan some fantastic oral cream pies.
Yep.
I think Chris Statlander deserves a title shot. She's an original. She proved her game. She's changed her gimmick. And, hey, you'll just more disenchanted AEW guys go to WWE now.
Yep. You've always been a Chris Statlander fan, anyways.
You know that. At least someone remembers.
Yep.
Ruby Soho's turned into a, like.
There was something special about her, anyways.
Rumble's favorite wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Now she can girlfriend. That's cool. I love Eddie Kingston. See, he's not great, but I'm entertained by him.
Yes.
I'm more
Eddie-
entertained with Kingston than I am with Tony Nese.
Exactly my point. Tony Nese will wrestle circles around him,
Yep.
but I'd rather watch Eddie Kingston.
Yes.
What else is there? Impact. They get like 200 viewers a week. NWA Power. Trevor Murdoch. I mean, God bless him. He's your champion. The guy. Remember Kate Murdoch, WWE 12 years ago?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I know who Trevor Murdoch is. Before he was in the WWE, I was on shows with him.
And what's Billy Corgan? He's a money mark.
Yep.
But
He's Tony Khan, but smarter.
Well, he can't get on TV.
Well, yeah, but he's Tony Khan, but smarter. Tony Khan is just like I think he knows Tony Khan's gonna lose his shirt one day, and Billy Corgan will still keep his money.
There was a point in time where Billy Corgan almost had control of Impact, and something went sideways. I think Billy Corgan would have done good with that budget. He was involved in TNA when Matt was first started the Broken gimmick.
Yep.
What's the story? What's the story on that Austin Aries, man? He's not liked by anybody, is he?
No, nobody likes him. So I can't.
I want to see.
And just back listening to his original song coming out. Yeah, I'm Edge. Running back and forth.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm rated R. I'm a superstar.
You sounded just like Capelli there.
Edge reminds me nothing of like if you look at him real quickly, like at times he's got the promo, he looks like Beavis from Beavis and Butthead.
Should have never cut his.
Yeah, I'm over. Rated R, superstar.
He should have never cut his hair, man. I don't know where he's going, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like he took a step backwards, man. His return felt underwhelming to me, SummerSlam. Like the whole Judgment Day, like him going to Judgment Day was so like fast tracked just because they needed to turn him heel so he can face AJ. Then he was kicked out 2 weeks later. So it's just like, what's your message?
Yep. Now they're gonna have to get him back over.
Yep. I think someone like Bray Wyatt is getting to the point where people are just gonna stop.
Yes. Pretty soon his $6 million asking price will come down to $1 million.
He was fired. He was let go 1 year ago yesterday. 1 year ago yesterday. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Hey, maybe he doesn't love the business anymore, Jay, you know.
Yeah.
That's okay. But I would have to think a guy like that with his metabolism, if he hasn't been working out, man, then he's probably
600 pounds.
Yeah.
Fat slob.
For some reason, I don't even think he's been working out.
We'll soon see. You never know. All right, fellas, I'm going to call this night a good night. We talked a lot about Ric Flair, SummerSlam, and just wrestling in general for the last 90 minutes. I want to thank Stiff Mike King for coming on tonight, the APOC. Jimmy Fingers, thanks for popping in, man. It's always welcome to hear the creator of the Gorilla Position Network himself chime in and give us 2 cents.
I always appreciate you acknowledging me as the founder, bro. I appreciate it.
You created this place to give us a great platform to talk on. It's greatly appreciated. For AJP, Adam Jack Pelly.
Do you guys know my shirt?
I've seen that shirt before.
Who says that?
Good day, sir. You lose. Good day, sir.
Willie Walker.
Willie Walker and the Chocolate Factory. So we'll return a week from this Friday or Saturday. Keep a lookout. Thank you, everyone out there in YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We appreciate the listeners, the followers, and everybody have a great week.
Go
Stay
Yankees.
safe. Stay
Okay.
sane.
Go
Don't
Yankees.
do anything dumb. We'll see you next week, everyone.
Go Yankees.
People grow up hard on the street as kids. Some never dreamed that they'd be doing the biz. Now they're headed down that road called scared, trading time. They're doing fine for the sentence that the judge gives. Some sit in the cells with their books. They use the time to feed their minds, don't care